Henrick, can you tell me about also yourself and about your presentation?
I'm Henrick Waldenstrom. I work as a senior conservation officer in Sweden, Stockholm, at WWF, the World Wildlife Fund. And my aim is to protect green areas in cities. It's important to save green areas everywhere, but I work with saving, trying to protect and collect arguments for the value of the green areas close to cities. And especially I work with large parks in large cities. Cities are growing very quickly, more and more people move into cities. So the threats to the green areas, the green infrastructure, is more and more as a threat. So it's important to save the green areas. And we have many reasons for that. The biodiversity can be very good. The health connected to recreation values, the cultural heritage. But in the future we have climate change, and green areas and large parks will be essential to mitigate the effects of climate change.
What do you think about climate change and how can we stop the climate change? As a Greta Thunberg example.
That's a change of lifestyle. We go with cars too much. Most of the car trips are less than 5 kilometers. We can walk more, we can bike more. We need to perhaps not skip all the meat, but reduce the consumption of meat.
Yes,
and we need to have consumer power. For example, we must boycott countries and companies that are doing bad things. For example, now Brazil is an example of a very bad managing of the rainforest when they burn it down for agriculture purposes. And we must react all over the world because the rainforest in Amazonas is extremely important. We must also think about what we are consuming of fish species. If a fish is threatened, we should avoid to buy it, and tell the fisherman and the shop that we cannot buy that. You shouldn't have it on the market. And then we must inform people about the green values, ecosystem services that are free but priceless. Cleaning water, pollination, climate resilience. I mean, the ecosystem services are so important, and they have a little role now in city planning, but they should have a general role in city planning.
I see. And what do you think just the best way, what you can advise to Voronezh, what it can do to make it better for ecology situation?
That's plan all the green areas and make the city sustainable by having green roof, green walls, but small parks, but very essential large parks. All the system of green areas, to plan it and protect it and connect it. Plan, protect, connect. So it's a system, not isolated islands. And that will give Voronezh a good chance to not reduce to zero, but minimize effects of climate change. But also the people must be aware of the values of the green areas. I call it mental protection. You must inform people so they give a pressure on the politicians and the planners that don't touch the green areas. We need more green areas, not less.
Yeah, I see. And what do you think, if you go back to the rainforest question, yes, so also a lot of rainforests were burned in Russia, as you know, in Siberia, so it was a huge, also massive...
Rainforest?
Yeah, rainforest. So, I mean, not rainforest, but forests. Yeah.
Forest, yes.
Yeah, forests. In Russia, they were just almost, I don't know, about maybe 30%, maybe 20% of Siberia was just burned this year. So yes. it is a huge thing, and
that's very serious.
Yes.
No.
Yes, and what WWF tried to do with this problem?
We have a good connection with Russia. We have a big company that work with wood a lot, IKEA. They make furniture. But they tried to have, together with WWF, sustainable forests here. And we also have good cooperation with Russia, Sweden and Russia when it comes to the Siberian tiger, for example, where Russia, with support of the President Putin, really want to stop poaching. So I think
Stop poaching?
Yeah, poaching. There's a lot of poaching for the big animals like the Siberian tiger, you know. But Russia is doing a better work with this than in many other countries. I don't know exactly what's happened with the Siberian forest, but it's very, very, very serious, and we must take action.
Yes. Yeah, I think that should be fine. Yeah, thank you.
That's
Thank